In this episode, have you been on eBay before? Would you buy a country on eBay?
And on the flip side, we tell you why the Yankees are better off without Juan Soto. We talk about the good and the bad of the holiday season, including making it snow during the bar crawl. Mike, hit the music.
What's up, all you cool cats, kittens, dogs, puppies, and motherfuckers? Welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. My name is Mike Gambita. Alongside with me is my best friend, my roommate for life, Mr. Matt Summers. Matt, how are you? How's it hanging?
I'm never going to financially recover from this. I think I'm doing great.
You think?
Yeah, I think. I got a beer with my best bud.
To start.
We're another episode 243, which is crazy. It is dark. I had to leave work in the dark. I had to work a little later today, but it's fine because we're here recording the Funny Business. How are you? How are things?
I'm so sorry that you have to drive in the dark, or I literally have to drive in the dark every day for this type of time setting here in good old Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it sucks. The cold's really gotten to me the last 2 days.
Like the cold weather, or do you have a sickness? Oh, wow.
The cold weather.
Oh.
My bones have just felt like sore, not sick. It's just damp. It's gloomy. It's awful. But I see your bright, smiling face, and everything changes.
Ding. At least it's no snow as of yet.
As of yet.
Yes.
Yep. Although I think cold and rainy is worse than snow.
I'm okay with wet. I like things wet. All right, moving on to our topic. Matt, I texted you last night. I was like, we're going to talk about eBay tomorrow.
eBay.
Have you explored or been a part of the bidding war that is eBay?
Have the meats. I don't think I've ever personally bought anything on eBay or gotten a bidding war. There was one item, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was eBay. I was in a bidding war for. I ended up losing, but I don't think so. I think my uncle's bought me a golf club off eBay once.
Nice.
Yep.
Was that the one that broke?
No, it's actually, so we recently moved our golf clubs into the spare bedroom. Did some winter cleaning. It's my 3-iron because I don't really make 3-irons anymore. Yeah, that's my eBay experience.
That's your dark horse when it comes to the golf course, is your 3-iron.
No. What about your eBay experience?
I have dabbled in it. I've not placed any bets. I've had an eBay account at one point, but yet I have not made a sacrifice of my financial status to bid on a eBay item. I will say I've heard good stories. I've heard bad stories.
I've heard a lot of good with eBay.
Yeah. But today, Matt, we're going to explore the weirdest eBay listings ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matt, I thought also on top of this, we play a little game. So what this is 14 of the weirdest eBay listings that was found on the internet. Matt, I'm going to have you guess what the final price of some of these items were that were listed on eBay.
Oh, nice.
Yes. If I feel like you are, I don't want to say okay, but I feel like if you are right there with the price, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Give or take $20?
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. All right.
But you get 3 guesses.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Each.
Do I get higher or lower?
You do.
Okay. Nice. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm a good friend.
Yes,
so,
you are.
I will start off with number 1. New Zealand was listed on eBay at one point.
The country of New Zealand?
Yes. An Australian man got 22 bids on his unauthorized sale of New Zealand before his auction was shut down. The Brisbane prankster, or entrepreneur, depending on your point of view, started the bidding at 1 cent. The price ultimately reached at, and I will ask you for that price, despite the fact that in addition to trying to sell it, he damned the country with faint praise, describing its weather as, quote, very ordinary. Matt, what is your price?
$10,000.
Lower.
Okay. See, I was originally almost said something way higher. $100.
Higher.
Okay. $5,000.
Ooh. I was going to say if you're close, but no, you are incorrect. The total cost was 3,000 Australian dollars, but that is equivalent to $2,271.90.
That's a pretty sweet deal. Get to buy a country for $2,000. Would you do that right now?
Maybe an island.
Yeah.
Call it Gambita Land.
Okay.
That was totally creative.
It's terrible.
Yeah, very terrible.
Yes.
All right. Next one. Moving along. Iceland. 2008 was listed with a starting price of 99 pence, or I don't know that exchange, but I will have you guess. But 84 bids later, the price tagged Balloon 2, which was the price you'll try to answer. The seller made a note that the singer Borjak was not included and also pointed out that Iceland boasts, quote, a habitable environment, Icelandic horses, and admittedly a somewhat sketchy financial situation. At the time, the nation was in the midst of a financial crisis in 2008, like everybody else. So, Iceland.
So I'm guessing in pence.
No, US dollars.
Do we know the equivalent of what 99 pence is?
I have no clue, but Matt, I will tell you, go high.
Okay. This seems fishy. $500,000.
Higher.
Okay. $10 million.
Higher?
Oh, $15 million.
All right, I will give it to you. $13,883,000.
Okay. So Iceland is worth a lot more than New Zealand, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of land. All right, next one. Now, Matt, we're finally moving away from countries. 2004, a Sydney-based graphic designer named Chris Doyle discovered a piece of Nutri-Grain cereal that looked like E.T., where other people would have seen breakfast. He tried selling it on eBay for, and I will give you the guess for that price. This was despite the fact that, as the Daily Telegraph gently pointed out, it's the right light Nutri-Grains all sort of look like E.T. It is a piece of cereal that sort of resembled like E.T., the movie.
$10,000.
Lower.
A lot lower. $700.
I will give that to you.
Okay.
It was $783.76.
For cereal that looks like E.T.
Yeah. E.T. phone home.
Yeah, art like that can get crazy expensive.
Yeah. Well, what else is crazy is trying to sell a man's middle name as our next item up for bid.
Oh,
Utah resident Matthew Gene Rouse was given his middle name to honor a grandparent with whom he didn't get along. So in 2008, he sold the right to replace Gene with whichever moniker the purchaser saw fit. Rouse's brother bid $1,500, so I will give you that much, in the hopes of getting to keep his name. But the auction was ultimately won by a web hosting service called lucahost.com, which paid the, quote, price that you'll try to guess, buy it now price, despite the fact that the bidding had only reached to $3,250. Though they couldn't track any down official reports about which name the company chose, allegedly the Utah court refuses to allow it, and Matthew Gene remained Matthew Gene.
I love this, by the way, trying to like sell your name for naming rights. That's hilarious.
Yes.
It's just like, how much would you pay to be the company named for Yankee Stadium? How much would you pay to name this guy's middle name? It's two of the same things.
Could you imagine Michael lucahost.com Gambita?
Oh man. Can you imagine being spotted by like X.com?
Oh yeah. Mike X Gambita.
$20,000.
Lower.
$7,000.
Higher?
$9,000.
All right, I'll give it to you. It's $8,000.
Okay.
So $8,000 was paid, but the bidding only reached $3,200 from that.
Now, let me ask you a question, Mike.
I'm ready.
How much would someone have to pay you to change your first name?
Ooh. $1 million.
That's it?
Yeah.
No. I need at least like I think 20. I think 20 million.
20 million.
Think about how much of a pain in the ass that is to have to change your name. But then if I'm changing it, like it's got to be something cool, or like imagine being named like I don't even know.
You have to call yourself instead of Jack.
What, Apple Gambita?
Instead of calling yourself Jack Lime, you got to call yourself Jack Lame.
Yeah, they got to be at least 20 million.
Well, speaking of friends, Matt, this next one is called The Power of Friendship. 4 self-described Australian blokes listed a weekend's worth of friendship on eBay in 2006, promising to be the lucky purchaser's, quote, best mate for 2 days. Including in the offer was, quote, some beer, some snags, some good conversation, and a hell of a lot of laughs. Snags are sausages. An eBay spokesperson said that the auction was, quote, a bit out of the ordinary, but it was ultimately reinstated after briefly being taken down, since it wasn't actually breaking any of the site's rules. After the reinstatement, bids started flowing in, and the blokes ultimately accepted an offer of, name your price.
It's another great idea. Great things happening on eBay. Let's go with $5,000.
Lower.
$900.
I will give it to you. It is $984.44.
I think that's a steal.
You could buy the beer, snacks, a good conversation, and a hell of a lot of laughs with that money.
Yeah, it sure can. Yeah.
That's the ultimate, dude. That's the ultimate business plan. You sell friendship, and then you use the friendship money to buy friendship stuff, and then you just do it over and over again.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's genius. It's literally foolproof.
I'm ready for it. Let's put it in. All right.
I'm gonna sell your bachelor party. Moving on.
Allowed to be plus one more for a bachelor party. I was just thinking about that. I was like, what if we like auctioned off like an extra spot in like the Airbnb?
I'll make sure there's room.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 2004, Florida woman. It's usually not how it good starts off with.
This is not off to a good start.
A Florida woman named Diana put a grilled cheese sandwich that she had taken a single bite from a decade earlier up for auction on eBay. The reason she only took one bite was that she believed the toasted bread bore the image of the Virgin Mary. It ultimately... it ultimately sold for, which you'll guess the price, to a goldenpalace.com, which sent representatives to Diane to make the exchange in person, lest their purchase got lost their mail. In an eerie twist, the sandwich didn't mold or decay over the course of its 10-year existence.
Gosh, could you imagine the Virgin Mary comes back as a grilled cheese sandwich? This is either going to be low or ridiculously high.
Okay.
I will start at $500.
Higher.
Oh, God. $2,000.
Higher.
Oh, no. $15,000.
It was one more higher, $28,000 for a grilled cheese sandwich.
A bite out of a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep.
Oh, that's got to be so moldy and smelly. And
so it didn't mold or decay over the course of its 10-year existence. It was definitely the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. There's no denying that.
Oh, man. All right. Following a divorce, an Australian man named Ethan wanted a fresh start, so he listed his entire life for sale on eBay. Including the auction was his house in Perth, it was in Australia, and everything inside of it, his car and motorcycle, introductions to his friends, and a trial run at his job. He was hoping to earn about $257,468.40. That was his intention. His boss at the carpet store where he worked supported the idea, calling it, quote, really exciting. The winner of the auction, quote, withdrew at the last minute. So Usher ultimately sold his home the old-fashioned way for, name your price.
What boss tells you to sell your life? What? That's a story in itself.
Clearly at the carpet store, you don't sell your life away by working at a carpet store. So you needed something else to do.
That's true. All right, so he wanted $257,000, so I will say $400,000.
I will say it's not right on the money, but I have to give it to you.
Okay.
It's $399,000.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty much sniped it.
Yeah. That was a good guess.
Yeah. Again, if I'm selling my life, it's got to be way more than that.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
Yep.
JT baby, Justin Timberlake. This is not going to ruin the tour. Anyway, after hosting Justin Timberlake for a breakfast interview in 2000, a DJ at New York radio station Z100 put the celebrity's leftovers up for auction. The two pieces of, quote, signed French toast were purchased by 19-year-old Kathy Summers for, and this is your price.
No relation.
Summers, it's SU. Summers planned to, quote, freeze dry, then seal it, then put it in her dresser.
In a dresser?
Yeah. Name that price.
How do you sign French toast?
I don't know. Would you like to try it?
Maple syrup? $2,500.
Lower.
$650.
Higher.
$1,000.
You're close. $1,035, but you'd be correct.
Nice. I wish I had money like that.
Just for French toast. Next one. I'm going to just call this guy Babak because I cannot pronounce his name. Babak. An eBay seller based in London managed to sell 6 twigs on the site. He marketed the set of parents tired of their kids fighting over twigs and argued that they, quote, like the Spice Girls, each have their own unique and impossible to replace personality.
Twigs,
like sticks.
Just 6 sticks.
Yep, 6 sticks.
$250.
Lower.
Okay, thank God. $90.
I'll give it to you. $86
I was gonna say
$2.22.
Okay. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a tough look for that person.
Yes. So I said 13. This number 10 does not have a final price. So we're going to skip that one. So All right. This is fantastic, Matt. June 2021. Do you remember what was going on in 2021? What video game?
Video game. Is it Among Us?
It was Among Us.
Okay.
Correct.
Correct.
So, in June 2021, an eBay user purchased a chicken McNugget from McDonald's. They may never be a convincing explanation as to why, but the nugget may have attracted interest due to the relation to two different pop culture phenomena. It resembled a character from Among Us, and its origin was a McDonald's BTS meal, originally listed for 99 cents. It netted an initial bid of $14,969 after 2 days of no activity. Almost 200 bids later, it reached its final jaw-dropping price. The seller promised the nugget would be delivered frozen and sealed to, quote, ensure freshness.
eBay is weird. So I'm gonna say $300.
Higher.
$700.
Higher.
$2,000.
$99,997.
What?
Yeah.
For a chicken McNugget? Was it a spicy McNugget?
No, it's just a regular McNugget.
That's an overpayment.
Alan Dietrich, a man with the inviolable job title of, quote, professional fossil hunter, discovered that he may be the only fossil of a baby of Tyrannosaurus Rex in existence. And then in 2017, he lent it to the University of Kansas Natural History Museum. Then, without giving the museum or a larger scientific community as a heads up, Dietrich listed the fossil on eBay for a buy-it-now price of, name your price. The Society of Vertebrate Paleontology criticized Dietrich for, quote, taking an important specimen outside the reach of scientific study, since it was potentially unique and key to setting some paleontological debates. The item is no longer listed on the site, though there is a surprising amount of other dinosaur bones, if that's your thing. Name your price.
It's got to be pretty high. $7 million.
Lower.
Okay.
But stay in that million.
Okay. $4 million.
Lower.
$2 million.
$2.95 million.
I think that's a steal if you have that money. Yeah.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
No.
So.
Nope.
All right. Last one. The owner of a studio where Prince recorded his first songs as a solo artist put his co-writing credit for the musician's debut single, Soft and Wet, up for sale in 2018. Chris Moon listed the rights for a, quote, buy it now price of, name your price, though he was also accepting bids. Apparently, sales like this are relatively common within the music industry, but this one was distinguished by the fact that, quote, a very small percentage of Prince's songs have co-writing credits. Mm-hmm. Also, eBay isn't the usual venue, Moon pointed out to his upcoming retirement as a justification for his sale. Name your price.
$300,000.
Higher.
Oh, okay. $800,000.
Lower.
$575,000.
You should have left it at a stone cold zero. It was $490,000.
That's pretty sweet.
It is.
Cool thing to have.
And the last one. The few tablespoons of liquid were saved by Wade Jones, who was 13 when he witnessed his idol drink from a styrofoam cup at a 1977 North Carolina concert. A guard gave him the cup as a souvenir, and Jones kept it frozen for many years before transporting the liquid to a sealed vial. Matt, this water was drunk in by Elvis Presley.
Oh, Elvis freaks are going to go crazy for this.
So the water sold in 2004, though Jones refused to sell the cup, claiming that he would only be willing to exhibit the treasure. Name your price.
Yeah, this has got to be high. $90,000.
Lower.
$30,000.
Lower.
Ooh, all right. $10,000.
Matt, this cup was sold for $455.
Really? That's it? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's shocking.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy it, but
I also saw like Elvis's hair was also up for auction at one point too.
I think there's also like a famous like peanut butter. He was famous like a peanut butter banana or peanut butter jelly or something like that. I think someone took a bite out of that and sold it.
I don't. I'm unaware, but sounds like a good time to me.
No, but okay.
So that concludes eBay listing. If you got one weirder, let us know. I can't talk today.
It's okay. It's okay. You did a great job.
Just gonna sniff on a Sharpie.
Well, that's okay. Moving on. We are going to slide on into the second half of the show with some down in the dumps. So it's kind of funny that we talked about eBay today.
Okay.
Right before the show started, I made a purchase.
Oh.
Not from eBay.
Oh.
So I was just messing around.
Messing around.
looking at prices for an event. And I just actually bought tickets to an event, and I don't. So here's my thing, right? So let me explain my thought process.
Okay.
It's for the Penn State playoff game.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I was looking at prices, and the app that I use, it was like ridiculously cheap for like really, really good seats. So I was like, I don't really, one, I don't know who I would go with. Two, I don't know where we would stay. It's a noon game on a Saturday, so it'd be hard to drive out the morning of and then drive back that day. Could happen. So I was like, I don't really know. But then I bought them with two things in mind. One, I can find out a way to go, or I might just try to resell them and make some money.
Oh.
Like I got, like they're like ridiculously cheap.
This Saturday?
It's next Saturday, it's the 21st.
Okay. I thought it was
No,
going to be
no,
like...
it's not. No.
I was like,
No.
I like your thinking that.
No. So Mike and I do have plans to see each other this weekend. No, it is next Saturday. And I probably hotels are probably booked. I have to do more research tonight.
I could probably throw you a couple.
We'll see.
Reasonable.
I mean, I gotta figure it out. But it is kind of cool. Like I have tickets to first ever college football playoff game. Well, second, but that's cool.
I thought you were going to say something of like it like jacked up the price and like my credit card was charged like $5,000 a ticket.
No, thankfully not. No, I'm not going to say what I purchased. Each ticket themselves before fees was like less than $100,
That's not bad.
which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Crazy low. Yeah.
That's bad.
When they started, they were So it's a down in the dumps just because like I now need to figure this stuff out.
Okay.
So there's that. What else do I have down in the dumps? I'll stick with sports. I have a long list. Juan Soto signed with the New York Mets. Mike, I know you texted me about it. Everybody was I was playing college football 25.
You were playing video games without me?
You play college football 25?
No.
Okay.
But you were on the PS5. Would you play video games with me on it?
I do. We did play with each other this past weekend.
Oh, wait. Oh. Pause.
OG Fortnite is back. Okay.
Pause.
Right. Damn it. I actually didn't know I said that one. So Juan Soto signed with the Mets. Everybody, Yankees fans freaking out. Mike, what are your thoughts? So it's 15 years, $765 million to swing a baseball bat.
When you were sharing, you shared a statistic with me. Well, you shared like a Twitter post that was a combined salary of LeBron James and Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Yep, Tom Brady.
I know sports is still less than what Juan Soto signed for the New York Mets.
Yeah, so Juan Soto signed $765 million, which, by the way, it could go up to like $805 million. And LeBron James and Tom Brady's combined career earnings is $761 million.
I said to Matt, I was like, it could have been any other team but the New York Mets. You were literally taking a subway to go to your new team. Like, could have picked LA. You could have picked Texas. Hell, you could have even picked Washington for all we know. Like, but you take a subway to go to the team that's right down the train tracks. Mm-hmm. Stupid.
Yeah, it sucks. So it's down to dumps for two reasons. One, I did want the Yankees to re-sign him. They did offer like $5 million less. So he's just a scumbag who just wanted the most money possible. It's also down in dumps because I told myself like if he didn't resign, I would create these spin zones into why it's a good thing. So I'm now trying to say these things why it's a good thing, while in the back of my mind, like, damn, I really wanted to sign him.
Right.
Because all the people, and I've been saying this, and people have been telling me I'm an idiot for saying it, but I told them I'm saying it because he didn't resign, saying it's too much money, and now the Yankees can get all these other players for the amount of money they would pay him. That's great. It's not my money. If they want to pay him $1 billion, pay him $1 billion. I want my team to have the best players.
Yeah.
Juan Soto's top three player in baseball. I want the Yankees to have him. They don't have him. It sucks. However, on that principle of the Yankees can now sign really good players, breaking news, the Yankees have signed starting pitcher Max Fried from the Atlanta Braves.
Thank God.
Very good left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
8 years, $218 million.
Take that, Soto.
Yep, suck it. Also, the Red Sox were interested in Soto and Fried, so that's just cool that they didn't get either of them.
Yeah, I think if anything, the Yankees made a smart move to like get some quality pitching
Yeah.
more than Garrett Cole, in my opinion. So
yeah, I mean, this guy would probably be the ace on, I would probably say 15 to 20 teams in the league. So he's good number 2. Some non-sports things. This past weekend, these are kind of Christmas related. Past weekend had a friendsmas with some good friends from college. Mike knows what I'm about to say. We did a white elephant with our friends. So my one friend went first, and she got a bunch of Gertrude hot chocolate. Really good gift. I was like, okay, maybe I'll take that one. But she was so excited when she opened the last 2. It was like her favorite from Gertrude hot chocolate. So I was like, all right, I won't be that asshole to take it from her. I'll pick up another gift. So I pick up this gift. They immediately start videotaping me. So now I'm like, all right, I made a mistake. I open up the gift. So I open up part of it. There's a really good video of me opening it. I open up part of it. It looks like it's like a box, like a clear see-through box. And I see a Mr. Narwhal from Buddy the Elf. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a Buddy Elf box. This is awesome. I finish opening the rest of the gift. It's a fish in a fish tank. I got a freaking fish as a white elephant gift. So now we have 2 fish tanks in the house because they're both male beta fish, and male beta fish can't be in the same tank or else they fight and kill each other.
Can't be betas in the same room, you know?
No, 2 betas. If you have 2 betas, you don't have an alpha.
Nope.
So that's the old saying. Yeah, so now next year I'm going to bring like an iguana or like a snail.
Oh.
White elephant. Yeah, it's on.
Oh,
it's on.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. I may bring in like a live reindeer. Be like, here you go.
Just bring it in on like a leash.
In all honesty, opening the fish, one of the funniest parts of Christmas ever. Came up with a fish.
And yeah, you still have it.
Still have it. Name's Hambone.
Hambone.
Yeah. So there's that. And then the final down in the dumps that I have, also Christmas related. We went the following day to cut down a Christmas tree for April and I and my parents. I would like to say that I did survive a stabbing of the saw on my hand. You can see it. I went to cut down the tree and I went to like pull the saw out, and somehow I stabbed my hand. And then I'm at work yesterday, normal day. I get a text from April. Mike, our tree fell down.
Like it fell off the post?
What are you, off the post? What?
How did you set up the tree?
It's in a stand.
Yeah. The stand fell?
No, the stand didn't fall. So what happened was when we put it in the first time, my brother and dad were helping me. It was straight, but it wasn't centered in the base. My dad was like, I think it's fine. I was like, I think we should move it. He goes, no, it's going to be fine. So then it just tipped over. So then my dad came back over last night. We got it in the center of the base, and knock on wood, still up.
Amen. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. I hope you stay in your stand.
Yeah. And we have a great stand too. The thing's like 25 pounds. Now also the screws were really like tight and rusted. So that probably didn't help. So we WD-40'd them.
Nice.
They seem to be fine. But that was a fun text to get at work.
Our tree fell.
Yeah. And it felt like on April as he was trying to decorate it. So then I had to like come home and help her like get it up.
In the middle of the workday?
It was towards the end of the workday.
Oh, okay. All right.
So my boss was like, yeah, you're okay.
You can hang out. You can go deal with your holly jolly goodness.
I didn't want her standing there holding the tree up for like an extra 45 minutes.
She held it up the whole entire time.
No, well, she was trying to get it to stay up and it wouldn't stay up. So she kind of had. It also felt like on her.
Oh, okay.
Which it was awkward.
It's going down. Yeah. I'm yelling timber.
She did yell timber. Yes. That's all I got.
Oh man. Well, speaking of holiday, mine is oddly holiday related. So first of all, it was not a down in the dumps. My sexy and I snow it sweater still fits me pretty good. So
nice.
Was able to wear that to a pub crawl this past weekend. Matt, I was walking around the little city that we will be exploring this weekend, and we were hopping from one bar to the next. And Matt, I cannot believe I'm going to share this on the podcast. I now have a similar story compared to you. So,
oh no, I'm so excited.
So I'm just about to walk into the bar, and there's 2 guys standing outside the bar. They do not look like security. And the guy reads my sweater and he goes, sexy and I snow, and he holds out his hand and he daps me up. I was like, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Follow-up question. Do you have any cocaine? Matt, I don't even know what came out of me. I turned around. I said, do I look that sexy to have cocaine? Because it said sexy and I know it. I was like, I'm not that sexy to have cocaine. And he goes, well, cocaine is not. I'm like, I know what it means. I just walked into the bar.
It's a freaking holiday sweater.
Holiday sweater.
Should have been like
abominable snowman.
Should have just turned around and be like, watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity. Yeah, so I had that experience. It was funny. It cracked me up. Down in the dumps is like people are just looking for cocaine in the city, and I'm like, okay, that's
He didn't offer you any chicken nuggets?
No, he didn't offer me any chicken
That's
nuggets.
Good. That's good. It's a good sign.
But as soon as that happened, I was like, I finally could share a relatable story with you.
Yeah. Well, there was no actual cocaine involved.
No.
In your story. That's good.
No.
I can't say this. I didn't do the cocaine. I've told them the story. I'm not going to tell them.
Oh boy, I should have ended with that one. So this next one it's kind of sad. It really is. So I was doing some shopping to get like Christmas cards and all that, and get some for like my team, and then like a nice Christmas card for my boss. And this is my Secret Santa gift. And so I go to the grocery store because I wanted to get a gift card, because that was what the Secret Santa wanted. And there was a gentleman that was standing there in the holiday section. And he's like looking and like spending a lot of time at the holiday section. So I was like, I'm not going to like intrude on his space. I'm going to like try to find like a certain different section of the holiday. Couldn't find it. So it was literally the one he was standing at. And I walked up and I was like, looks like we got some slim pickings for, when it comes to holiday cards. And he goes, yeah. And then he followed up with, he goes, we have this tradition where we give our nieces and nephews gift cards. And so he was picking the ones, I don't know, Matt, if you know, like the gift card, like there are holiday cards that are gift card oriented.
Yeah.
Like they're in certain sections. He said to me, he goes, he wanted to carry on the tradition for his wife. And I was like, oh, okay. And he ended with, well, he's like, I don't have to get much. She doesn't bother me anymore. So I put two and two together that his wife passed away. And as soon as I connected that, I was like, oh yeah. And like, I didn't say sorry. I'm in the middle of a grocery store and I'm like, do I say sorry? Do I say I'm sorry for your loss? Do I ask how long has it been? And he just goes, Merry Christmas, man. I was like, oh, you have a good Christmas too. And then I mentioned, I was like, I'm here anyway because I was a dumbass who decided to get a gift card at a different store, but then I spent down the street at the Dollar Tree getting like $1 card, so I don't have to spend $3 on a freaking gift card.
Smart.
And he goes, oh man, he was like, have a good day. I was like, you too. But like, sat in my head, man.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I think you reacted well.
The thing that I kind of want to point out, two things. First of all, like holidays are very happy, but like you also don't know what journeys people are going through, or is this the first Christmas without a loved one, or second, or is this something abrupt, is it something different? But the second thing that I want to bring attention to is like, this man's probably alone for a majority of his time, unless he's with somebody else. But I thought if I didn't talk to him, he wouldn't have that outlet to talk about this particular thing that probably is only to himself, that he's like looking around trying to find gift cards for nieces and nephews for him, which I think it's part because it's his wife's nieces and nephews, but he's continuing the tradition. The power of small talk is like totally awesome. Mm-hmm. Like you could totally make somebody's day if you literally just say a few things here or there. So
yeah, you never know who you're talking to, or like you said, what they're going through and when you can make their day.
And that's all I got. And that's all we got for Down in the Dumps.
Yeah.
Little hollow jolly episode here. You can find all of our stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the coworkers of the funny business world?
Make sure we are not eating all the cookies at once. It is that time of the year. Baking is going on.
I love it.
It's a lot of cookies, a lot of cakes, a lot of brownies, pastries, kiffles, nut tossies, pies. Can't forget about the pies. Make sure we're saving them, space them out, eat healthy during the holiday season. Let's not all become people with high cholesterol after this.
We have this big basket of cookies in our break room of our building, and like there was probably about like 100 cookies left. There's probably like 10 left. It's like, who's eating all the cookies?
Yeah, don't be that person if you're in the office that eats like 50% of whatever is out.
Yeah.
Be respectful.
It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Crazy.
Crazy.
So, that concludes our episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.